She left you on red. No explanation, no reason, just silence. And now you're sitting there, checking your phone every 5 minutes, replaying every conversation, wondering, what did I do wrong? Should I text again? Should I say something? Here's what nobody is going to tell you today, but I will. The way you respond to being ignored will define you far more than the woman who ignored you ever could. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you won't just know what to do. You'll understand who you need to become. Let's be honest for a second. Being ignored hurts. Not in a dramatic way. Not in the way people make fun of. It hurts in a quiet, gnawing 2 a.m. kind of way. You're not weak for feeling it. You're human. But here's what's actually happening inside your mind when she goes silent. Your brain, your ancient, survival-wired brain, treats social rejection the same way it treats physical pain. Scientists at the University of Michigan actually confirmed this. The same neural pathways that fire when you break a bone, they activate when you get ignored by someone you care about. So no, you're not overreacting. You're literally experiencing pain. But here's the critical question. Pain can either break you or build you. And what decides which one? Your next move. Before you do anything, you need to understand why this is happening. Because most men skip this step, and they pay for it. There are really only a few reasons a woman goes cold or silent. Reason number 1, she's testing your emotional stability. I know that sounds frustrating, but it's real. Some women, consciously or not, pull back to see how a man responds under pressure. Does he panic? Does he flood her with messages? Does he lose himself? Or does he stay grounded? Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. The test isn't about her. It's about you. Reason number 2, she's genuinely lost interest. And that's okay. This is the one men don't want to hear. But respecting this possibility is itself a sign of emotional maturity. Not every connection is meant to last. And a man who can face that truth without collapsing, that's rare. That's powerful. Reason number 3, she's dealing with something that has nothing to do with you. Life is heavy. People go quiet sometimes because they're overwhelmed, hurting, or figuring something out. Before you spiral, consider that the silence might not even be about you at all. Pause for emphasis. Let this land. Here's the thing. It doesn't actually matter which reason it is, because your response to all 3 of them is exactly the same. Let's talk about what not to do. And I want you to be honest with yourself here, because most of us have made at least one of these mistakes. Mistake number 1, the message flood. 1 text, 2 texts, 3 texts, a voice note. "Hey, did I do something wrong?" Followed by, "I'm sorry if I did something wrong." Followed by, "Just let me know you're okay." Every message you send from a place of anxiety communicates one thing: I don't trust myself. Please validate me. And desperation, no matter how genuine, is never attractive. Not to anyone. Mistake number 2, the social media performance. You suddenly start posting more, working out, posting quotes, going out, all of it engineered to be seen by one specific person. Here's the irony. When self-improvement is performed for someone else's attention, it's still just another form of chasing, and people can feel the difference between a man who's genuinely growing and a man who's growing as a strategy. Mistake number 3, the revenge fantasy. You start thinking, I'll make her regret this. I'll ignore her back. I'll find someone else and show her. This one is subtle because it feels like power, but it's not. It's still her living rent-free in your head, just with different furniture. Every single one of these mistakes has one thing in common. They keep her at the center of your universe. And that is exactly the problem. The Stoics had a concept called amor fati, love of fate. The idea that whatever happens to you, you not only accept it, you use it. Ryan Holiday, one of the greatest modern interpreters of Stoic philosophy, puts it simply, the obstacle is the way. So what does the Stoic response to being ignored look like? It looks like this. You notice the feeling. You don't suppress it. You don't perform it. You simply notice it. I feel rejected right now. That's real. Then you ask one question, and this question changes everything. What does the best version of me do right now? Not the anxious version, not the revenge-plotting version, the best version. And the best version of you goes back to work. He hits the gym. He works on his business, his craft, his purpose. He calls his brothers. He reads, he builds, not as a strategy, not to make her jealous, simply because that is what his life deserves. There's a shift that happens in a man when he stops organizing his life around someone else's attention. His posture changes. His eye contact changes. The way he walks into a room changes. He stops asking for presents and starts commanding it. And here's the quiet irony that nobody talks about. That kind of man, he's suddenly very hard to ignore. So let me give you the actual framework. This is what I want you to do, starting today. Step 1, one message, then silence. If you haven't spoken in a while and you feel the urge to reach out, send one calm, non-needy message. Something simple. Not an apology. Not a question about why she's distant. Just, hey, hope you're doing well. Then you let it go. Completely. Whatever she does with it is her answer. Step 2. Redirect your energy. Hard. Write down 3 things you've been putting off. A goal, a project, a habit. And for the next 30 days, those 3 things get the energy you were spending on your phone screen. This isn't about distraction. It's about redirection. You have a finite amount of mental and emotional energy. Where you aim it is where your life goes. Step 3. Raise your standard for yourself. Not for her, not to prove something. Just a genuine internal decision. I deserve my own best effort. Hit your workouts. Sleep well, eat well, dress better, have goals worth waking up for. Because here is the deepest truth I can offer you. A man who requires a woman's attention to feel whole will always feel hollow. But a man who is genuinely, purposefully building something with his life, that man carries something that no text message can give him and no silence can take away. I want to leave you with this. The version of you that chases her attention, that version loses every time. Not just the woman, but himself. The version of you that turns inward, that uses this moment as fuel, that decides, my life is worth more than waiting for a response. That version wins. Not necessarily the girl. Maybe her. Maybe someone far better. But most importantly, that version wins himself. Marcus Aurelius spent years leading armies, governing empires, facing betrayal, illness and loss. And through all of it, he wrote to himself in his private journal, not for fame, not for followers, just to remind himself of one thing. Stay the course. Do the work. Be the man you were meant to be. That's your answer. Not a text, not a strategy, not a game. Just the quiet, relentless commitment to becoming someone you deeply respect. And when you become that man, trust me, the silence won't bother you anymore. If this hit home for you, share it with someone who needs it right now. That's how we build this community stronger. Drop in the comments. What's one thing you're going to focus on instead of waiting for her response? I read every single one. And if you're not subscribed yet, you're going to want to be. We're building something real on this channel every week. Content designed to make you stronger, sharper, and more yourself. I'll see you in the next one. Stay powerful.